Hello, everybody. Welcome along to Sportsbet TV with me, Paul Alster, as I return with one selection for you on Saturday, the 11th of January. There was no selection last week where I was on holiday, and as it happened, of course, the racing was abandoned, so there was no harm done there. As you know, racing has been decimated on Saturday, the big cards at Warwick and Kempton in particular, due to the challenging weather across the British Isles. There has been some rescheduling done, and my selection will be at Foss Lass. I've got the one selection for you free here at Sportsbet TV, where if you're new to the service, please just press the subscribe button below the screen and you can get my free selections here each and every time I post them. I'm always looking for horses that we're able to back each way at working man's prices. There are three selections as well available for Saturday on my Out in Front subscription channel, the link for which you can find in the description box just below this screen if you're interested to join for three more selections at Chelmsford and also at Foss Lass. So on to the one choice on a restricted day's racing on Saturday, and let's hope that the weather doesn't do anything unexpected at Foss Lass, where the 3:31 race is a 2 mile handicap chase. It's soft ground, there are 9 runners, and the clear favourite is a horse called Ostrava du Burley, trained by Venetia Williams. This horse, dominating the early betting, has taken really well to British fences, having failed to score over the larger obstacles in her native France. She arrives, though, on a hat-trick for Venetia after wins at Ludlow and Taunton, for which she has been raised a total of £18. This is a tougher race too, and she encounters far more testing conditions than those on which she won recently, but she should still go well. Her early odds of around 2 to 1, however, don't make very much appeal as a betting proposition. Beatbox for Dan Skelton has been brilliantly placed by his trainer to win 6 of his last 7 races, and has been raised very nearly 3 stone in the handicap as a result of this pretty extraordinary feat. His latest 16-length win at Kelso was possibly his most impressive yet. So despite being £10 higher for that, it is hard to know just how much is actually left in the locker. How much can Beatbox improve again? Well, he's won on testing ground in the past, but most of his improvement has come while the racing has been taking place on better ground, and that for me is the slight question mark this time of his higher rating. Keep Running for Warren Greatrex did just that when he made all to a visually impressive win at Ludlow last time on good to soft ground off a £7 lower mark. This race, though, places more emphasis on stamina, and along with a very testing ground, I think it might just catch out Keep Running. Now, this race represents a dropping class for the very decent Sir Psycho, trained by Harry Durham. He'd not disgraced at all on his seasonal return when he was 6th at Newbury in November behind Le Patron. Now, the yard is in good form now, and his proven stamina might help him out here back at the minimum trip in what are likely to be grueling conditions. He is definitely one for the shortlist, Sir Psycho. His stable companion is Hubrisco. No forlorn hope, but he may need a little more time before hitting the target following a long layoff prior to a recent spin over hurdles at Newbury 6 weeks ago. And so to the selection. Well, Triple Trade, trained by Joe Tizard and the mount of Brendan Powell, was to have been my selection for the 2.5 mile handicap chase that was scheduled at Kempton on Saturday, but which has fallen victim to the weather. I felt that he would improve for the step back up from the minimum trip for the first time since winning at Ascot over nearly 2 miles 4 furlongs in December 2023. Now, clearly, Joe Tizard is keen to run the horse and has diverted him to this contest, likely taking the view that this 2 miles in testing ground is going to place stamina very much at a premium, and that kind of counterbalances the fact that he's not stepping up in trip. In 3 runs so far this term at 2 miles, on a much better surface, the selection has been found wanting for pace, but he hasn't run badly. He's been dropped, though, a total of £8 so far this term, and that will help the cause here. And with the ground now coming right for him because he's got plenty of form on soft ground, I think Triple Trade, with his stamina, can come through with a really big effort. And he's generally 6 to 1 offered each way with most firms. So Triple Trade is my recommendation to you at Foss Lass on Saturday in that 3:31. And as I mentioned earlier, if you're interested in 3 more selections for Saturday, then you can find out all about them via the link in the description box below this screen. But that's it for now. Let's hope that by this time next week the weather will have improved and we'll have a full complement of scheduled racing. But until then, I wish you a very good and a very warm weekend and hope to see you next time. Bye bye for now.